It is always fantastic to see studios that put their players first doing so well, and that is exactly what's going on with CI Games right now because their player first philosophy has paid off big time. It says in an industry increasingly defined by agenda driven design and tone deaf development, CI Games is breaking the mold and it's paying off in a big way because with the launch of version 2.0 on April 17th, Lords of the Fallen has achieved what few would have predicted, a stunning resurgence that's propelled the game into Steam's top 10 global bestsellers list 18 months after release. Now, when this game initially came out, I played it, I thoroughly enjoyed my time in it, and since then I've covered this game quite a lot. I even did an interview with Marek Tominsky, the CEO of CI Games, just a few months ago. That'll be linked in the description. When they did have their big shift to a kind of player first mentality, not just following industry standards, but also trying to go above and beyond with what their players wanted. Putting all of the polls on social media, implementing those changes, just doing what they felt was the best thing, and it's really paid off for them, which is fantastic to see. Originally launched in 2023 as a AA dark fantasy RPG, Lords of the Fallen saw a massive player spike in the last week, climbing from around 500 concurrent players to over 10,000 on Steam, which is a really good resurgence for them. I mean, we have seen some games release and then years later the studios will turn things around, like with, of course, No Man's Sky. This is, of course, not to that scale, though it's very similar. It says 10K concurrent players 18 months after launch. Just a week ago it was around 500, he posted to X. This means the world to us. Thank you to everyone who believed, supported, and stuck with us. We'll never stop showing up for you always. And earlier this year they conducted a major community poll asking players whether they preferred traditional gender character creation, male and female, or the newer body type A and B system the game launched with, and the results were overwhelming. 88% favored male and female, and then they implemented those changes. They added that into the game. They said that they're going to continue to listen to their customers, and well, people have clearly put their hopes and dreams into this company, I guess you can say. They've really put their trust into CI Games. It says while larger studios lean into identity first marketing and corporate jargon, CI Games is listening to the actual target audience and it's working. Just look at the comparisons now. We are talking about games that did have much higher all time peaks, though ultimately the amount of people playing them is what matters. Look at Assassin's Creed Shadows. It is a quadruple A mega release backed by a massive budget, pulling just 12,000 to 14,000 concurrent players on Steam just a month after release. If we were talking a year or year and a half, okay, I could understand that, but only a month is insane to be dropping this low. Dragon Age The Veilguard is, of course, a game that peaked at over just 2,000 players in the last 24 hours, despite releasing at the end of October and being part of one of gaming's most iconic RPG franchises. Meanwhile, Lords of the Fallen, a AA title from a mid-sized studio, is sitting comfortably at 10,000 plus players and climbing the global sales charts, which I think is really great to see happening. Endymion said the entire woke movement wants this game to fail and die because it's giving players what they want and it's glorious, which is definitely the case. I mean, we had seen the mainstream media trashing this game not even that long ago. When they decided to put up all of these polls, these were the headlines we saw. Lords of the Fallen dev is wrong about politics and Elden Ring proves it. That one was by the Gamer. From PC Gamer was Lords of the Fallen publisher embraces fear of the DEI boogeyman, says it will not include any social or political agendas in its games, and I'm not sure who this next one is. It might be Polygon. It says video game publishers are starting to use anti-DEI as a marketing meme, and clearly it's not a marketing meme given it sold copies of the game. It is just marketing in general, period. And I don't blame a company for wanting to make as much money as possible because that's why companies exist, though they're making money in a way that their players are supporting. So that's really all that matters. So I'm really happy to see this happening for CI Games and them seeing so much success now that this player first philosophy has come into play. It's really paying off for them as 2.0 has surged past industry giants, and it is a 2-year-old game that has just now hit the Steam top 10 global bestsellers list. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.